So this is how I join my binding when I get to the end of putting it on a quilt and have to do a seam. I started it out with approximately 10 to 12 inches. So I started sewing it around. When I get to the end, I leave another 10 to 12 inches. Then I never leave my sewing machine. I simply pin the binding that I have, just roughly, and taut. Then I just turn up my 45-degree and I line it up. I just eyeball it, pin it down, couple pins, come across from the other side, pin it across. I usually try not to have two joining seams too close together, so I see I have one here. If it was a little bit closer, I might unstitch part of this so that my two joins weren't really close, but for today's example, I'm not going to worry about it because they're far enough apart. So then I cross this piece ever so carefully straight across. I don't need to pin anymore, but I am going to lift this up and just pin these two layers together. Going to pull out another pin, pull it across, and this last one. I'll straighten this out in just a minute. So now I'm going to pull all these other pins out so I have room to work. Now as you can see, I've got this nice angle coming across here. So I'm going to move my pins just to catch them at the corners. And I usually only use 3 pins. Now I'm just going to quickly, I'm still going to use my walking foot, not even going to move that. Not going to draw a line. I'm just going to eyeball it corner to corner and stitch that down. Now, I only ever made a mistake once early on, but I never have since, but I always just double check, pull this taut and see that it is sitting correctly. So I'll cut this off. And again, I have not left my desk. Then I just do a nice finger press along this new seam. Finger press here. And then I pull it taut and I pin this last bit down. I haven't pinned the rest of the binding on, but I always pin this part so that it fits the way I made it. And then I just sew the rest down. So that only took me a couple of minutes. I never left the desk. I didn't need an iron or any tools. And that is how I join a binding.